Kirk Frost just took things to a whole new level, and it's not good. We all know that his temper can explode like a fuse, but this is pure mayhem unleashed. What happens when someone you thought was a friend turns into your worst enemy? Every relationship you've ever trusted. But wait, Kirk doesn't just get angry. Oh no, he takes it to an intense extreme, and Yung Joc is about to feel the full force of it. You won't believe what just exploded. A massive showdown with scenes more jaw-dropping than anything you've ever seen. We have exclusive footage of the fallout that was leaked just hours ago. This is raw footage straight from the chaos, evidence of the absolute wreckage these two stars unleashed on each other. Was it a clash of oversized egos, or something deeper brewing beneath it? Hang tight because things are about to get intense. Don't move. You can't afford to miss this drama. Scandals for those who are unaware of them. Let's take a brief look back in time, because when you mention Kirk Frost, you can't ignore his lengthy history of controversy. We all remember that infamous moment when his unfaithfulness was exposed, and the aftermath shook the love and hip-hop universe to its foundation. Kirk is a major figure in the love and hip-hop franchise, but it's not just his role on reality TV that keeps his name buzzing. It's his unpredictable behavior, fiery temper, and of course, the series of questionable decisions that follow him like a shadow. Since Kirk consistently seems to end up in the middle of the storm, you'd think that was an isolated incident. However, he has been involved in a series of back-to-back controversies, and his personal life has become a constant spectacle for all to see. Now let's move on to Yung Joc. If you haven't been following along, you may not understand how big of a confrontation this is. Yung Joc is no stranger to drama in the spotlight. His life has been full of unexpected twists, from unstable relationships to public disputes. He has never been far from the headlines, but despite it all, he's generally kept things somewhat steady, until now. Kirk and Joc have been close for years, but as anyone in show business knows, friendships like theirs aren't always as strong as they seem. What could have caused two longtime players to suddenly turn against one another and become bitter rivals? Was it a single spark that started the fire, or was it the accumulation of years of jealousy, resentment, and maybe a hint of betrayal? Let's move on to the crucial moment that turned everything upside down. The confrontation began like any other, with a few sharp words and some simmering tension, but in a flash, things took a dark turn. It was not a simple disagreement. No, we're talking about a full-blown physical altercation, a fierce clash that reportedly sent one of them to the intensive care unit. And that's not even the most shocking part. Let's examine the reported leaked video footage that claims to show the chaos in its raw aftermath. When Kirk Frost's temper erupted, the altercation quickly shifted from a conversation about personal grievances, rumors, and the usual behind-the-scenes jabs into something much more extreme. Let's take a moment to talk about Kirk Frost because, as anyone who's followed his story knows, he has a short fuse and shouldn't be underestimated. We've seen it on screen, heard the talk, and now we're witnessing what happens when Kirk Frost is pushed beyond his limit. It's like the composed version of him disappeared, replaced by someone overwhelmed with anger and frustration. But what about Yung Joc? He wasn't backing down either. Let's just say Joc knows how to stand his ground, and he pushed Kirk right back. What started out as a minor confrontation quickly became a full-blown clash of egos. As things escalated, it turned into a contest of strength, and everything spiraled out of control. But here's the twist. This isn't just an ordinary fight. This is reality TV. These two men are used to being in the spotlight and know how to shape public perception. So what happens when a fight like this goes viral? It's the ultimate scandal, isn't it? It's not just about two men clashing, it's about everything that led up to this moment. Betrayal, long-standing tension, unspoken jealousy, and unchecked egos boiling over. This wasn't a sudden outburst, it was a slow buildup, like a ticking time bomb. Now you're probably wondering what exactly sparked it. Was it a careless remark, or was there something more serious beneath the surface? Was this fight the final straw after a series of poor decisions and lingering hurt that never truly healed? The world wants to know who crossed the line, who struck first, and most importantly, what are the consequences of this explosive moment that allegedly went viral? This wasn't just a fight. It was a public unraveling, and let's be honest, we're talking about Kirk Frost and Yung Joc, two figures who have been under the spotlight for years. This just added fuel to an already blazing fire. But the real question is how? First, let's set the scene. Kirk Frost and Yung Joc weren't strangers. They had history, they had worked together, and they've been entangled in a few questionable situations. Their friendship was already on shaky ground, and it was only a matter of time before something major went down. Over the years, Kirk Frost has built his name as a businessman and reality TV staple. But the truth is, his past is full of controversy. His marriage to Rashida has gone through serious turmoil, and public opinion of him has taken hit after hit. One of the worst moments was the infidelity scandal that aired on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Kirk was caught in an affair, which devastated his marriage and caused fans to question his loyalty, integrity, and commitment. And let's not forget the rest of the drama. We all know Kirk Frost's temper can flare up like a firecracker. But this was chaos let loose. What happens when a trusted friend becomes your biggest threat? You'll be left stunned, maybe even rethinking every friendship you've ever had. But wait, Kirk doesn't just get mad, he takes it to a whole different level, and Yung Joc is about to experience the full impact. You won't believe what just unfolded. A massive confrontation followed by an emergency hospital visit. No one expected this firestorm. Whether it was years of buried resentment or a sudden eruption no one saw coming. We've got raw, behind-the-scenes footage leaked just hours ago. Straight from the madness, actual proof of the devastation these two left in their wake. Was this just ego battling ego, or was it something even more unsettling? Buckle up, because things are about to get wild. You don't want to miss a single moment of this chaos. And for those unfamiliar with Kirk Frost and his history of controversy, just know that his name has long been tied to drama. He's a well-known figure in love and hip-hop, but his unpredictable behavior, intense reactions, and personal decisions have made him the center of attention. We all remember that infamous moment when Kirk Frost's unfaithfulness was exposed, sending shockwaves through love and hip-hop. That scandal flipped everything upside down, and Kirk always seems to land back in the middle of the storm. Think that was a one-time thing? Think again. His personal life has become an ongoing series of headline-making events, a non-stop drama unfolding right before our eyes.